Hi, it's time for another story from 5-Minute Pete the Cat Stories by James Dean. I'm wondering if you can tell what this story is about. I bet you know. Chugga, 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 choo, choo. That's right. Pete the Cat's train trip. Pete the Cat cannot wait to visit his grandma with his mom and his brother Bob. They get to ride on a train. Make sure you don't lose your ticket, says Mom. She gives one ticket to Pete and one to Bob. Pete looks up at the big board. Our train is leaving at 10 o'clock, he says. A train speeds by. That's not our train. That's a cargo train, Bob tells Pete. Look, here's the clock. It's 20 minutes until 10, so they have just a little while to wait. And here's Pete with his bag and Bob with his. It's finally 10 o'clock and the train arrives at the station. All aboard, calls the conductor. Pete is so excited, he's the first one on the train. Pete's mom finds 3 seats together. I can't wait to see Grandma, says Bob. I can't wait to explore the train, says Pete. The conductor comes to collect the tickets. Pete hands over his. I love trains, says Pete. Really? I can show you around if you like, says the conductor. Pete nods his head. The conductor gives Pete an engineer's hat. Great! Let me introduce you to the engineer, says the conductor. Pete follows the conductor from car to car as the floor rumbles under his feet. Wow, Pete says when they get to the caboose. We're going over a bridge. Pete sees his mom and Bob. They are at the snack bar. I got this for you, says Bob. What a nice brother. Pete follows the conductor. He goes to the front of the train. Come in, says the engineer. Wow, Pete says. The engineer shows him the engine and how everything works. The engineer shows Pete the train's brakes. Look, there's a tunnel up ahead. Ooh, see what he got to see? This makes it go fast and slow, and this is the brakes. It makes them stop. I wonder what it's going to be like in that tunnel. Ooh, it's dark. When they go through the tunnel, everything gets dark. Pete gets to honk the horn. Toot, toot. It's so much fun. Once they are out of the tunnel, everything is light again. They are almost at Grandma's house. Pete better get back to Mom and Bob. Thanks for showing me around, Pete says. He learned so much about trains today. Anytime. Have fun with your grandma, says the engineer. Pete walks back to his seat where Mom and Bob are. It is a much longer walk than he remembered. He stops and meets new friends along the way. They live in different towns. They are getting off at different stops. What a groovy ride. Look, he met a mother hen and a baby chick and a mommy cow and a baby calf. Isn't that neat? I bet he met a lot of different things on the train. There's Pete's seat. It's good to see Mom again. We're getting off at the next stop, says Mom. Pete is happy he made it back to his seat in time. He can't wait to see Grandma. Toot, toot. Pete looks out the window and sees Grandma. He waves at her from the window. Once the train doors open, Pete is the first one off the train. He rushes over to give Grandma a big hug. It feels good. How was the train ride over? Asks Grandma. It was groovy. I got a cool hat and met the engineer, says Pete. Pete loves riding the train. He even drew a picture of the train for Grandma. Grandma loves it. What a special day. Have you ever ridden on a train? I've ridden on a train. I rode on the Polar Express a few years ago, and then a long time ago when I was just 17, I rode a train from Moscow to Leningrad in the USSR. Isn't that cool? The USSR doesn't even exist anymore. But anyhow, I had a great train ride. I even had a bed on it. It was fun. Anyhow, I'll talk to you later. Bye.